I'm so happy to be here and meeting you.
I'm so happy to meet you.
You are my friend from afar that we've never actually met.
I
When
know.
people say you have internet friends that you
Yeah.
just feel like you know. As I said to you, I think I know too much about you.
You
You
knew
said,
how many weeks I
I
was.
was like, oh, you're a few weeks ahead of me.
Yeah.
I think you're
I love
amazing.
that. I'm such a huge fan of yours for years.
Thank you.
And what an honor.
Thank you.
That you
Oh my
even
God,
follow
thank
me and are up to
you.
date with my stupid shit.
Oh, I know it all. It's like, okay, what's Amanda doing today? And
But
generally we do so many things that you're doing with Noah. I was like, oh yeah, I've done this with Callum.
right,
Or I'm right there.
because I was just thinking, I was like, I knew Callum and Noah were close in age, but I realized we're pregnant at the same time now.
Yes.
We're a few weeks apart.
We're just a few
We're
weeks
actually
apart.
pregnancy twins.
We are pregnancy twins. I don't have any other person I know who is the same exact.
In the same
pregnant.
realm.
Yeah.
But a lot of celebrities are pregnant now.
It's very happening right now. I feel
Right?
like every time I turn around, somebody else is pregnant. It was maybe the strike. Maybe everybody was
Maybe for you
home.
guys, the
For
strike,
us actresses.
Right.
It's like there was
Is that it?
COVID. Maybe there was the strike. We're all home.
Is that it, you
I
think?
think it was a part of the baby boom.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Also, this is going to come to shock to many of you. Jenna Dewan is in her fucking 40s. You look
Yes.
fucking incred.
Oh, thank you.
What,
Thank you. That's really nice.
that is
I
really
definitely don't feel that way right now, especially right now.
when you're pregnant.
Yes.
But I have a
yes.
feeling, because I asked you how you felt and you said that you're pretty okay, that you were a little nauseous.
Yeah.
I have a feeling you're feeling way better than you should be feeling.
I feel good. I knock on wood. Have
Knock on
good
wood.
Pregnancies.
Right.
I there are weird things that are happening. I'm having this weird thing lately where I guess it's SPD or something.
I
Where,
have that.
You
I
have
have
this too?
STD, and I had it with Noah. Your vagina hurts.
Well, it's weird.
Your
I have
groin.
your uterus but then I'll have a weird right above my leg will hurt and it's this displaced weird thing. And I looked it up and they were like, that's anyways. So I have these weird things that are going on.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm pretty good pregnant.
How do you compare it to your first pregnancy, which was
Forever ago?
11 years ago?
Yeah. 2013. She's born in 2013. That's insane.
So
She's
you were
10.
30.
I was 31, turning 32 when I had her. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
It was they're all about the same for me.
Yeah?
The only difference is that I had way more energy. I'm exhausted all the time now.
Right.
I'm just
but
tired.
Because you have other kids.
I think it's the multiple kids, working, doing all the things, balancing it all.
But not
I'm just
age.
tired.
I feel like that's important.
It probably is, but I just refuse to.
No, I
call
love
it
that. I
like
feel
that.
like that's really empowering.
It might be though.
You know?
That's true. I mean, I definitely feel a little bit more sore. And things are not quite as.
You're probably working out and stuff.
No, I mean, I try to.
Yeah.
I do Pilates. I work out when I can, but that's the last thing. All the other things come first.
Right.
And then that's the first thing to go is okay, I've got to go work out. But I really do feel, it sounds so cliche, but I feel so much better. Everything feels better when you're just working out a little bit.
Ugh, that's so annoying to hear.
I know, it's really annoying to do.
I know. I mean, it's annoying to hear. Do you dance pregnant?
I just did. No, not classes, and I did with Evie. So I worked out and danced while I was pregnant with her. I did this twerk. It was literally a twerking class that my my trainer was doing when I was pregnant with her, and I in the back, I didn't care. I was just I can do it all while pregnant. This time around, I will do an occasional TikTok dance.
Yeah,
and that about takes it out.
You're TikToking, babe.
Don't you
think we don't see your 1 million plus followers on TikTok?
Well, I was Callum during, I guess it was COVID. It was pandemic. And I was bored in the house, turned on TikTok. And I was like, I'm just going to start TikTok. This is fun.
Because it was dances at the beginning. Were you doing the dances?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Some of them. I'm picky.
Yeah.
I go through and I'm like, I like this one.
Well, as you should be, because you're a professional. Unlike
fun, though.
most of the people on TikTok.
I think it has to be fun. If it's not fun, then don't do it. I could never do it if it was you have to post something.
Content, create content.
No.
Yeah,
not
you don't.
For a job.
Right. You do dances and stuff, but you're not doing a whole
every day.
What's in my cabinet or something.
No, I think that I don't know. My focus goes. I'm too
Mm.
ADD to like no to okay, you gotta post this now.
But well, at least but because you're a dancer, it's like TikTok is for
Yes.
you.
It is and
You
it
could
isn't.
create a dance,
That's
go
what everyone
viral,
says.
everyone will do your dance.
I know is and you gotta find the time to create the dance to like then think about what and then for me, TikTok, this is probably no one else will get this, but you have to learn it while they're facing you, like you're watching the TikTok
Yeah.
dance. That is so opposite. Like I need them to turn around and face the mirror and I need to be behind them.
Wait, when you're saying them, you mean like the
The TikTok,
instructor?
whoever it is that I'm trying to learn the
You know
dance
that
of.
before I joined it, because I joined way late, like this a few months ago, September maybe.
We definitely have to do TikTok today.
What? No, we're good. I'm
have to.
like I'm into it now.
Yes.
But at first, I was like, when everyone was doing dances, I literally pictured a little instructional thing, tutorial on the
Yes.
bottom. I was like, no way are people just watching other people and
That's
learning
exactly
it. I
right.
thought there was like a little man.
I actually thought the same thing. I said, "Well, who's gonna break it down for me?" They said, "No." And I
You have to
said,
just
"Well, how
watch
do
it
you
over and
slow it
over.
down?" No, you just watch it on a loop, and pick it. I was like, "That's exhausting. That's way
Is
too
your
much time."
daughter into it?
She's not.
Really? That's nice.
She is. I'm hoping this sticks, but she's of the generation where I think she's just too cool for social media.
That's not
And
that's not
she
her generation. She's special.
really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
she's 11.
Yeah.
They're all on TikTok and using Drunk Elephant.
I mean, that's true. I asked her about Drunk
What did
Elephant.
she say?
She said, "What's that?" I said, "Do you
Oh,
know with this skincare, the preteens are all loving it?" She said, "No, I have no idea what you're talking about." I mean, I'm lucky. Like I feel like if she
you
comes
want to
out,
knock on wood again, don't you? You're
knock on
looking for
wood,
wood.
I'm like, I can't find it. But if she like actually gets in the shower, washes her hair, and like gets the soap out and brushes her teeth, I'm like, we're good. She's not my fussy.
So she's not using your skincare and like,
Not yet. We can wear the same clothes at times because she's
yeah.
super tall, but she has a very distinct style.
And she
She
does
doesn't like
Irish. Is
mine.
it river dancing?
She's a Irish dancer.
It's not river dancing
It's
considered.
well, it is. It's different. So she does competitive Irish dance, which is what a lot of the people that go on to do river dance start in. But yes, she's my unique
That is so
little.
unique. How did she fall into that?
She was always obsessed with Ireland. I know that sounds really weird, but when she was a baby, she would ask to read Irish folklore, this like fairy tale book that we had. She had this like thing, and then it turned into YouTube. You know how like on YouTube they have this like section where it'll be like really dramatic, almost like Evanescence, like where they're in the forest and
Oh,
they're in these long
Evanescence.
gowns and it's like rose red. She was really into the drama of this.
Ah.
Then it turned into the music, and then we watched Riverdance. Steve showed her a Riverdance music video, and then this animated movie, Riverdance. And she said, "Mom, this is what I want to do."
So you
Irish
found a
dance.
class.
Yeah, I found a class. I called up this woman in Burbank and she said she used to be a river dancer. So I thought that's got to be a good thing, right? She said, "Yeah, come to the beginner class." And like prior to this moment, I felt really bad because I'd be in interviews talking about how Evie did not get the dance gene, right? Like people go, "Does she, both her
Right.
parents dance?" I was like, "No, I don't see it. I don't think it's happening." And then
What,
cut
you didn't see
to,
the rhythm? Like you didn't think she even
no,
had that?
no.
But she does,
But
clearly.
Irish dance is all rhythm. She's
It's
got great timing, great rhythm.
I
So
love how niche she is. What a special girl.
niche. Yeah, she's really unique and loves anime and is just she's my like cool kid. She's
That's
so
very
cool.
cool. What are the differences you feel so far with Callum? He's
He's
gonna be 4.
He's gonna be 4.
Right.
Yes, because he's all boy. He's super outgoing. He's really like literally balls, trucks, basketball. He's crazy good at basketball, which is shocking to me in all levels. I mean, he literally can make a basket from anywhere. He's like, we have a basket. He's on a basketball team, and we're all just like, give the ball to Callum, like go
I
score
mean,
some points.
listen, let's do it.
He's really good.
Okay.
He's just totally boy. They're so
Yeah.
different. So different. Which
Is
is
she like a caretaker too of him?
not really.
Really?
She protects him.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody starts some stuff at the playground, she'll whip her little head around so fast and be like, "That's my brother," you know? She's, like, very protective, but she's not a little mama where she's helping me with diapers or bringing me stuff. She's playful,
Uh-huh.
she's really sweet, she cares about him, she actually loves him so much, but she's definitely everyone goes, "Oh, you'll have a mama's helper first baby."
Right.
I was like, "Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's
Goes to
happening."
show you that, like, every kid is different because you do see a
Yes.
lot of that. I see that with my friends that have girls that are older, and I'm like, "Ugh, I wish I had an older girl." Like,
I
they're
know.
yesterday I walked into my friend's house and her, like, 7-year-old it was snowing or, like, from the snow, I got some dirt on the floor and she was, like, wiping up after me. I was like, "Oh my
Oh, but
god."
I think that means I have to be that way. Like, I am the
You
messiest.
you have to be that type,
I
right?
have to
For
be
them
that
to
type for them to, like, get that. I'm very nurturing, but I'm not
You're messy?
I'm so messy.
Like wait, like, disorganized clothes everywhere or
Yes.
dirty?
I would like to say disorganized clothes everywhere. Pretty sure if Steve were here, he'd be like, "She's also a little bit
Is
of a"
he's the clean one?
he's a clean freak.
Does he get mad?
Oh, we have lots of fights over this, but I've gotten better and he's gotten better, if that makes sense. We've, like, met each other in the middle a little
Yeah,
bit. Yes.
I know. My husband is the same way, and I say, "You know what? Accept me."
I think that's ultimately life, right? We get to
Right.
this point where you just realize people don't change that much, so you might as well just accept
Don't
the
tell me I
things
didn't
that you
close the
love.
drawer. Close the drawer.
Oh, well, that's the thing. He gets to this point where he's like, when I've gone around the house like for a few days in a row, closing the cabinet all the
Right,
way,
it's the
it
cabinet.
drives me crazy. So I need you. And I was like, you're right, you're right, you're right. Finish,
Finish the
finish.
task.
My brain's
Oh
already
my
moving on to the next
god.
thing.
I'm like that too, but what you're not a Gemini at all.
No,
Your
I'm
birthday is in?
Sag, so I'm Sagittarian.
But Evie is a
Ed is
Gemini.
a
Wait, she has
Gemini.
my birthday.
Another
Did you
Gemini.
know that?
You guys are the same May 31st?
Yes. I'm
What?
telling you, we're connected in all these different ways you don't even know.
Amanda?
May
Are we
31st.
best
That's why
friends?
don't you see that I have something with Evie? I'm, like, asking so much about her. I'm, like,
Yes.
really into her.
Yes, and you know what's you guys are so true to yourself. Like, I've always noticed that about you. I was like, I love Amanda because I just feel like you are who you are. You own it. It's so
Thank you.
entertaining. That's exactly Evie.
That's so great. That's so great that she's like me.
Yeah, you guys she really follows in your
Wait, you
footsteps.
have a Gemini at home,
Yes,
and you're
and
gonna have
another
another
Gemini.
Gemini. I'm gonna have a Gemini too.
I know, this
Wait,
is
you're for
crazy.
sure wait. How much did you share on social media about your pregnancy? No gender. You didn't
No,
share
the
gender.
gender's the only thing I haven't shared.
Do you feel like you might crack and share before the baby
Well,
comes?
yeah, I mean, because like I said to you at some point, I'm like, what? Like, I think it's when you're so in the public eye, sometimes you like to have like something for yourself that
Yeah.
just feels for your own
Yeah.
family and self.
Right.
But it does get to a point where you're like, what's the point? Like,
Because
why are
when
we?
because if you post a lot, you're gonna have to, like, hide it. But it's not like you would post, like, the baby clothes you bought anyway.
No, I mean, I actually have fun with social media. I don't look at it as I have to keep this up or I came into it at a period of time where I remember before and I wasn't a part of the after of the craze of it. I really got in authentically. It sounds so I hate that word authentic, but you know what I mean?
You're so raw and real, Jenna.
I
No,
w
but you are. Following you is very like a glance into your life. You don't like overshare. We're not seeing everything, but
yes.
we're getting a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't overshare because I just don't remember to, or it's like it's not like I have this like plan in my
To be like
head of
super
how I'm
private
gonna
or
be,
something.
but I have fun with it. Like I
Yeah.
really like I have fun with TikTok. I just have fun with all that stuff. But I do consciously go, there's some things we're not gonna.
So you said before we started recording that you had this idea you're gonna keep the gender to yourself. Now you're sort of like
Yes.
don't know exactly why I did
Yeah,
it.
I keep laughing to myself like, why now it's become a thing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why do I keep doing this? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, Steve and I sort of made that decision. Like, okay, let's just
Because I
keep that
think
for
there's
ourselves.
like when you're a public figure, there's like telling people you meet, which you have no problem to,
Yeah.
right? I know the gender is
Yes.
that's
Yes.
whatever.
Amanda knows. She's
But telling the world is like a whole different there's that like my
yes.
husband made fun of me at the beginning of my pregnancy, like when I was like 5 weeks. I'd go in, like we went to like this event and someone was like, "What do you want to drink?" And I was like, "A soda." And they didn't flinch because people are sober today, you know?
Yes.
And I was like, "I'm pregnant." And he's like, "What? Why did you say that?" And I was like, and he's like, "You have this thing where like you're telling people,
Yeah, I did that too.
but just not social media. Like social media is different than the world."
It is a little bit. It's just you invite people in, you invite energy in, and sometimes it's just nice to have a boundary there when
Yeah.
you can, if you can. I was saying though, as soon as I was pregnant, I it was so hard to keep it because I wanted to tell everybody. I wanted to go around and go, "Oh, I'm doing this because I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, right, like these don't fit because I'm pregnant." You know, you want to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
kind of like
Like,
give that I'm
yeah, but
pregnant.
like no one asked you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Just so you know
by
I'm
the way,
pregnant.
most people don't care. Oh, great, wonderful.
I know. You're like, that's, and you're like, you're the first person I told. Why don't you care more?
It's
Um,
also not our first. It's like,
it's yeah.
but
Yeah.
don't you feel like that? You're just a little bit more. Ah,
Well, I told you I don't know what fruit I am.
I don't either. That's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
I
You
think.
also I read that you said that like you're feeling like it's your last
Yeah. Oh yeah.
for surezies.
For sure. I mean, I'm so hard to say for surezies about anything
Yeah.
because I'm like, whatever the universe, I'm very open,
Yeah.
but like, for surezies.
But for
I'm
surezies.
not doing this again.
So are you like trying to give it some sort of special, like keep a book? I remember my mom was like,
No.
keep a book of all the things that you're
Every
feeling.
single pregnancy, I say I'm going to do it. And I do for about a few weeks
Yeah.
and then it falls off. But I do feel a little pressure like, well, this is the last.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm, soaking every second of it in. But like half the time we're just one foot in front of the other.
Right. You're just living your life.
I know. I know.
And you are really living your life. You're filming a show,
Yeah.
pregnant,
I'm working. Yep. Full
you're
time.
working. Are you going to work
Mhm.
till do you know how far
No,
along
thank
you're going to
God.
work?
I have 6 more weeks of working. And then so I'll have the last month and a half
To go crazy.
to
Because
just
that's a long time.
get big and happy and chill.
And do you think, because I feel like on shows that I've watched, because we're recording today the new season of The Rookie
Yes, it's
drops.
today.
It's today. So by the time this comes out, a few episodes will be out. But I know that you filmed pregnant.
Yes. Yeah.
So is it going to be like, because I've seen a lot of shows or movies where you can kind of tell, like you're like, oh, she's holding the bag. Is it going to be like
Yeah,
that kind of vibe where
it
you feel like
is.
you guys did a good?
It is.
It is.
No, it is because we were very much, I don't think my storyline, because when we started filming this season, I was already into the pregnancy, right? I was pretty, I was still first trimester, but it was, we would be showing sooner. And I don't think John and Bailey, our characters, that was not part of the storyline that had already been written.
Did people think about it, like to maybe make it or no?
I think Alexi, he's amazing. So like the showrunner is amazing. And he had this really incredible idea for the arc of our show in the season that he really wanted to stay true to. Now, what's weird, and he was so funny when he said, "Oh, this is my fault. Whenever I write in anything to do with a baby, with an actress, they get pregnant." So there's that in the storyline. We deal with like what would be the next step in the relationship now that we're getting married and all that stuff. But it wasn't like ready for me to be 4 or 5
Okay.
months pregnant. So there is a lot of sitting behind desks,
Yeah.
holding crossbody purses. And I've laughed at that on shows before. I've seen that and been like, oh, look at that. They're hiding a pregnancy.
Right.
I was like, this is going to be me. People are going to be like, also just like everything expands, just
Nothing
a
has
little
expanded,
bit.
Jenna.
I mean, thank you.
I mean, I think
but
everyone feels it on themselves,
Right.
even if you're
Just gets harder to hide as you go
Yeah.
along. Like the flowy shirts, the multiple layers.
I
Luckily,
know.
I'm in a uniform half the time, and those magically hide everything. It's weird.
Uniforms are so sexy.
I'm glad you think that.
I really do on women because I've wanted to wear. I know this sounds weird, but like I've seen like women in the army, and I'm like, I feel like my body would look good in that
The army
uniform.
outfit is the cargos, like the cargo
Yeah, I
jacket.
just feel
That's
like it
really,
would like hide what
really
it needs to
cute.
hide and like accentuate what it needs to
I feel
accentuate.
bad for the EMTs and the police officers of the world because this uniform is not comfortable.
Did you have to do any training for this role? Because you play a first responder.
Yes, there's always somebody on set who knows what they're doing and fills us in and tells us how to do things properly. And there's like been moments where we prep for certain episodes and we want to be as like real as possible. So you
Right.
learn. I know like ridiculous information that I shouldn't know about how to tend to a wound.
But
And
wouldn't
like,
wouldn't Callum think that's cool? Like
He
the fire truck
would.
situation?
But he was a COVID baby, so
Mhm.
we filmed and I couldn't bring him to set. And then
Oh.
now I think our we finally lifted our protocol.
Yeah.
But I drive a fire truck.
Right.
I look really cool 99% of the time on the show. He would lose his mind.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like, doesn't Noah every time you pass a
No,
fire
every
truck have to
time, and I'm
comment?
like, "That's an ambulance, but okay, fire truck, whatever." Sometimes I, like, don't correct him.
You're like, "Yes, that's a cement truck." Like, you know things he would never know.
Wait, but so did you not bring him
I
yet?
haven't brought him yet, so I'm gonna ask the producers if I can
You
bring
have
him this
to.
season
They
'cause
get
he would
so excited about that
lose his
shit.
mind.
I know, it's wild. Um,
I need those points.
you need, especially now the new baby's coming.
I know, I
Wait, so we're talking
know.
about that. He doesn't really get it.
He doesn't really fully get it. I don't know, does Noah like, he
No,
kind of
I
looks at
really
my
thought higher of Noah.
I thought he'd be, like,
I
really
know too.
actually, we have the funniest freaking video when we, like, told them, and we were like, "This is gonna be the cutest moment." You know, I've made 2 cakes, right? So, like, one said, "Bigger sis" for Evie, and then one
Aw.
said, "Big brother." Brought out the cakes. He was flailing around. "I don't wanna sit here. I wanna go play with my trucks. I don't." So the video I have is him just having a meltdown while I'm trying to be like, "Look at this cute moment I'm sharing with you." And Evie's sitting there like, "Callum, look, Mocha," trying to, and he's like running around the house, does not want to cooperate. I was like, "This is life right here. You
I
want to make
know.
this perfect moment." He was like not
It
having
was
it.
not. I did the same thing. I did a video, tried to, and I'm like, "Noah, I want to tell you something." And I think we had a gingerbread house somebody sent. It was like around Christmas. And he was like, "Gingerbread house." And I was like, "You're my baby brother." And he's like, "Gingerbread house." I'm like, I did this for
And
you.
you're like, "Do you see what's happening?" Although he
And we
did
didn't care.
see me the other day. It was really funny. I think I changed, and so my belly was out,
Mm.
and he just stared at me in the weirdest, funniest way. Like he was noting, like, "You're different. Your body's
Yeah.
different." I said, "Yeah, that's gonna be your baby." See, look, I want to say what it is. Sibling.
Oh, oh wow. I was gonna complete. I was like, uh-huh. Yeah.
Yes, you're like, "Please." And he came over and he's like, "Okay, cool. Can you pull it out of your mouth?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, I saw
can
you
it be
post
here?"
that.
And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, no, I can't. I wish I could. Be a lot easier than how I'm gonna have to do this."
Yeah. They don't it's funny because like they get so much in life where you're like, kids know everything. They get everything. And then you're like,
Yes.
here's a baby, it's inside my belly, and they're like, what? Like, I don't get it.
It's really confusing.
I was surprised to find out that you're originally from the East Coast, but not that surprised because like you have
Hartford.
the vibes.
I do?
Well, you're
Thank
not like
you.
you don't give like born and raised LA.
That's so cool. I'm
It's a
glad.
compliment.
I think that's good 'cause
Yeah.
although my daughter's been born and raised in LA, so we'll see.
But like how cool is she?
She is really cool.
Yeah.
So we're already cool. I was born, yeah, I was born in Connecticut in Hartford, but I moved. My mom and dad split when I was 1, and my mom's job, she was into pharmaceuticals, and it moved her district. So I moved every 3 years as a kid. So I was nomadic, and I was longest in Texas. So I say I'm
You
from
feel
Texas,
so you're
but
loving Beyonce's new song?
you know I am.
Did
I
you do the
am
tiki
here.
taki yet?
Well, one of my greatest friends, Dexter, created the dance
So did you do
for,
it?
so he's on me every day. No, I haven't done it yet because I have to learn it. Like it's a whole thing. So I'm
Yeah.
going to, but
If you go
I'm
to sleep, do
here.
it. Yeah.
Beyonce can do no wrong in general for me. I
Yeah.
love, like, I just love how she executes whatever she does.
So
It's
you
so
feel like
good.
you're from Texas.
I feel like I'm from Texas, but I've lived in LA for 20 so years.
Was that after
So
college that you stayed there?
I went there at 18 and went there for USC, went to school, and
What'd you
then
go to school for?
I was undecided for as long as I could be. And then I declared communications, and then I left on tour with Janet and never went back.
Okay. Okay. The dancing, which like you're a fucking amazing dancer.
Oh,
You're a
thank
dancer.
you.
You're a dancer. Did you always want to be a dancer or an actress?
Always. I never knew acting was in the picture.
Mm.
I grew up wanting to be a backup dancer. That was all I wanted to do. I was obsessed. And Janet was like the vision board, right?
She was your idol.
Idol. I was like, if I could just dance with Janet. So then I did
Wow.
that at 18.
How?
I went when I was in LA at USC and I was auditioning.
Wait, did you go to USC thinking, I'll go to college,
I
check
applied.
mark so I can audition?
I applied for every college in LA.
So was you knew
Yes.
okay, so that was a plan. But what so were you doing the backup college thing because of like your mom?
My dad was
Your
like, I
dad.
will only pay for you and help you out if you go to college.
Mm. You're like,
So
"I ain't decided, bitch."
and I had really good grades. I was a very, like, book smart kid, so okay, I'll go, I'll go to but really my mom my mom was so cute. She's at my nose. She goes, "Jenna, listen, apply to every school in LA. We all know you wanna go out there, follow your dreams, but then you have, like, your housing paid for and you're able to be in LA and,
Yeah.
So I applied everywhere, got into USC, went to USC, left as soon as I booked her tour.
Oh, you
Told my dad, I was like, "I'm taking a leave of absence." He said, "Okay, as long as you go back."
But were you planning on it or no?
No, I was like, "This is it. This is what I wanna
Wait,
do. I'm
how
gonna
far
go."
into the school year were you?
It was like almost 2 years,
Oh, you were in your sophomore year.
sophomore year, and I auditioned for her video, got it, which turned into tour, and it
How do you go on
snowballed.
a dancing audition? Did you have an agent? How
I
does that
had an
work?
agent.
How'd
So
you
I
get an agent?
won a scholarship when I was a teenager at a dance competition. They picked 2 people to it was called the LA Agent Award. So they, like,
Literally,
picked
very
me.
literal award.
Literal, they said, "When you are out of high school, you have an agent." So I had an agent.
Wow.
Another reason why I was like, "I have to go to
Like a
LA."
legit one?
A legit one. Yes,
Wow.
Bill Bowl. He's still, like he has, one of
So
the
you
biggest dance
always
agencies.
dance, like, since you were little?
Always danced. 5, 6 on. And it was when I moved around, it was the only thing that was steady. It was like finding a studio, dancing, that was just my thing.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So you get Janet Jackson's
Mhm.
you book to be a backup dancer.
Yep, I was one of 4 picked for a video, which then turned into she liked me. I mean, Janet liked me, and so at one point said, "Would you
What, she
like
was
to
like,
go on
"I like
tour?"
her"? Like, how?
There's like a certain Janet has a certain style dancer that she obviously likes technically, but then there's a personality that you to be able to go on tour and be around people all the time to be around. There's a certain part of that that comes into play. And I think there was like, she fits this, right? Janet kid of it all. And so she asked me to go on tour, and I was like freaking out. That was my biggest dream in the entire world. Yes.
Wow.
So I
Coming
called.
true.
Coming true. And then I was 21 when it ended. And what do I do
So
now?
how long was tour?
2 years on and off.
It was wait, you were in the video of Doesn't Really Matter?
Hmm. And then turned into tour. And then, it was the baby on tour and seeing the world and all over the place.
Wait, what year was this?
2001.
Was MJ alive?
Yes.
Did you meet him?
No. Oh, no, but I did go to Neverland.
You did?
Yes.
And he wasn't there?
He was not there. We went with Janet for one of the dancers' birthdays and stayed. I'll never forget this man. We stayed in his theater. So he had this like movie theater with these little cubicles, is the best way to put it, that were like beds. I don't know what that's about, but I stayed in this, and in the middle of the night, there were ants everywhere, and I woke up and I was like, "What's going on?" So like clearly no one had stayed in there in a while, and I will never forget this memory of like running out in Neverland and being like, "Is anyone here to help?" Like, am I covered
Oh
in
my
ants at
God.
like 2 in the morning? But it was really incredible. I mean, at the time,
Yeah,
being at Neverland and
of course.
it was an
So you
experience.
became like friends with Janet?
Friends, we do spa dates
No,
and
stop.
yeah, she's the best.
Are you still in touch?
Yeah,
Stop.
yeah.
That's so wild. That
I
was like you
know.
manifested that shit.
Yeah, she's really awesome. She's as cool as it gets.
And she was so good.
She's so good. And her latest tour was killing it.
Oh, do you go to her shows?
Yes.
Wait, you know what I'm just thinking about? Thinking about like you at Neverland and like being so close with Janet, she's on tour. I wonder if like the community of dancers and performers is still like it used to be. Like Madonna used to like, I don't know,
Yeah.
sleep with them. I don't know. I just feel like
It's like
it used
the
to be
Truth or Dare. Remember like Truth or Dare, that movie?
right. I
It's
wonder if it's still like that with like
don't think it is. It
right?
depends on the artist. A lot of the dancers now,
Like there's
the
more it
dancers
feels like there's
become
more boundaries.
there's more boundaries, and I'm like, what artist now is the same way with their
Well, I was
dancers?
thinking
I
like
don't
Taylor
know.
Swift. I don't feel like she's like
Taylor Swift is
taking them to
probably the
Neverland.
nicest human in
No,
the
she
entire
for
world,
sure
but I don't know
is.
if she's hanging out at the spa with her dancers. I don't know.
Right.
She's also not like a dancer.
Right. Oh,
Janet was like a dancer.
right. It's
Am
like
I
the
gonna have
dancer
Swiftie
people.
fans come for me right
No.
now?
No.
You dance really good, Taylor.
No.
I'm not saying anything wrong.
Okay, so from there though, was it right away that you booked all the other crazy shit? Like
Right away from Janet turned into other jobs. Like I danced with P. Diddy for a minute. I danced with Justin when
right.
he in sync and then when he went solo and I danced for a lot of different people. And then I was found into acting. I swear to God, I had no desire to act. I didn't even want to do it.
You were down to continue doing this.
Yeah, I danced on the Grammys with NSYNC, and then I was Justin's partner, and this manager saw the Grammys and was like, "This girl should act. She has like a look that should act." And she found me somehow. I went into her office and I was like, "I don't think you." She's like, "Remove your makeup, take off your glitter eyeliner, be a blank canvas, and go on one audition." And I ended up getting the audition.
You got the first
Yes.
audition?
Yes.
You lucky bee.
I know. So I thought, okay, this is what I'm gonna do now. And then it just sort of moved in that way.
And then so Step Up was in 2006?
2002. We filmed it 2005.
You filmed
Came out
2005.
2006.
So like everything was happening in a matter of kind of years.
A few years. Yep.
So when you filmed Step Up, did you think it was going to be like this cult classic?
Not at all. We had no idea. It was at the time, that was like an indie Disney movie, right? It was like under 10 million.
It was by Disney?
It was Touchstone, I want to say. I'm probably getting this wrong. But it was like Jamie's like, let me look this up. It was like the division. It was Disney, but it was the smaller indie edgy, smaller movie division. We had no idea.
Nora forever.
Nora. I have the best memories, obviously.
Yeah.
That movie.
That was like your first, like you've had, because you booked that other role before, but.
I did. I booked I had like a horror movie called Tamara that was its own cult movie. And then I did a small role in a dance movie. And then my manager pushed for them to see me for Step Up. And
you got it.
Yeah.
Did that change? Was that like what changed everything?
When that movie came out, it changed everything because it was a hit and no one knew it was going to be a hit. So we had just nonstop.
Because before that we had Save the Last Dance.
Which is also great.
I know, but somebody did this breakdown recently. Did you see that?
I think I saw this.
And it was just so funny because like you remember things so differently. And they weren't dancers.
Yes.
Like
no, they weren't. See, mine was like Dirty Dancing. That's how I know I'm older. Because it was like Dirty Dancing, Flashdance.
I was watching Dirty Dancing way too young.
Oh,
like thinking about caressing my hand
for
Johnny's chest. Like
Swayze. Swayze all day.
Swayze all day. R.I.P. Swayze.
I know.
I want to know more about your husband, Steve. By the way, I loved him in Shameless.
Oh, Shameless. Yeah. He was so hot in that.
Right. Sorry, but he was.
He was really hot.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it after we started dating. I hadn't watched the show. And then I was like, were you naked in all these scenes and doing this? He's like, yes. I was like, why? Because so hot.
How did you find out?
I had a really good friend, a best friend of mine who was kind of a jerk and sent me, when we were dating, a compilation of him in all these naked sex scenes he was doing on Shameless, and she was like, have fun.
Oh my God. But it was a hot role.
Hot. He was hot in it. He had that song, the Fuck You Fiona or whatever it was called. It was so good.
He did.
It was a good.
Wait, so how long did you date before he proposed?
It all kind of happened quite fast because it felt like it was maybe just a meant to be situation because it just happened. We were happening and it was like, this is what we want. So we met years ago when he was doing Once on Broadway. I went to see the show.
In New York?
Yes.
Wow.
Enamored with the show and specifically his performance. My mom was with me, who was crying her eyes out, and she just couldn't stop blubbering about him, basically. So I said jokingly, we're going to wait at the stage door so you can meet him because you won't shut up about this. And then he opened the door, and it was truly out of a movie. Like, you catch eyes.
Did he recognize you, though?
No, he had no idea.
Really?
No, it was so long ago. And I basically was like, you were amazing. Oh, my God, thank you so much. And walked off, and my mom was like, Jenna, "Oh my gosh, like, you were just so," and I was like, "No, I wasn't. I said he was good." So, years, I forgot about it
Oh, so
completely.
no one reached out to like,
No,
okay.
like, I think I tweeted about the show, and he said, "Thank you." It was, like, nothing, nothing, nothing. But then years later, of course, then it's public that I'm separated, and we just reconnected. He apparently never forgot that moment either.
Aw.
I know, it's kinda cute.
So was it like Instagram, email?
It was Twitter DM.
Twitter DM.
Yeah, he actually, this is funny, he sent me a GIF of, Steph Curry shooting a shot and said,
Like,
"Hey,"
oh, like
said, "Hey," and I wrote back and I said, "I'm sorry, I don't think this is for me." Like, I did not get it at all. He goes,
did you remember immediately though,
I
like
knew, I said, "That name, I feel like I remember that name. What do I know?" And that day in particular was really weird. I was talking about once on set of the show that I was
wait,
doing.
how many years later was this?
God, this is wait, I wanna say 5, 6 years later? It was
Wow.
years later.
So he's shooting a shot.
He was shooting a shot and I didn't get it. I was like, so me not to get this thing.
You said, "I'm sorry," but
I
you
know.
answered.
I know, I was nice enough
That's
to
nice.
answer.
You
Well,
could have
I
ignored.
didn't really get Twitter DMs, like, it was really random, so I noticed it, and I had turned off, I remember this, I had turned off my phone, I was like, "I'm not looking at it," and something told me to turn it on that day. Isn't that
Eh,
weird?
so, first of all, that's, like, an idea for any dudes that are listening.
I know, he
The
really,
Stephen Curry gif of shooting shots.
do something random that makes you go, "Wait, what?" Get the
Right.
attention.
Right, do something really fucking random. So aside from your TikToks, do you still
Yeah.
do anything else dancing related?
Every job somehow, some way works in me dancing. Even on The
Really?
Rookie, we did a flashback episode where I was a '90s hip hop dancer and I had to dance.
But you have to, like, lessen your dance skills? Like, you can't
No,
be, like, amazing all of a sudden.
no, they always write it in that, like, "Oh, she has this past you didn't know about that she dances in." But I
You
don't, like, take class and stuff, I need to.
you don't. I will never forget, and I feel like everyone that's listening to this right now will go back and rewatch it. The best lip sync battle ever
Oh,
that
thank
you
you.
won,
Yeah, thank you.
and that you're, by the way, number 2. I can't tell you what list this is on, but it's on the list
Oh,
of all lip sync battles
I've
ever.
heard this,
I think the
that's
first one is
so,
Tom Holland, and he
which he
gets so much
deserves.
love.
That umbrella
But
was
you,
incredible.
Jenna, that was the performance of your life.
Thank
Have
you.
you ever been more into anything?
I've never
You
been
were
more
licking
nervous
away.
in my entire life. I just remember having this feel, well, first of all, even when lip sync battle became an option, I tried to get out of it 10 times. I was like, "No way. You can go out on that stage and read the phone book and everyone's gonna be like, 'Yeah,'" I was like, why me? Pick somebody else. Like, why do I have to do this?" He's like, "No, no, 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 do it." Finally, I said, "Okay, fine. I'm up for the challenge." This is a lot of times in my life as I say yes, figure it out as I go and jump in and then just figure it out. So,
And then kill it.
and then this was like just that moment. They filmed it backwards. So he went first and Beyonce came out first.
Ah.
So people were literally fainting in the audience because Beyonce came out and they were like freaking out. And then they were like, 3, 2, 1, Jenna, it's your turn. I was like, this is my nightmare. So I just had this
So
moment
you
of
think
like,
maybe that gave you the more
I
drive?
think I
Like
had a
you had
little bit of like, F you in there because it was like, how dare you bring Beyonce out? And then it was like, I had to
you
like
were
just go for it.
fired. You guys lip sync battle Jenna
That's really
Dewan
sweet.
right
Thank
now.
you.
You were like so sexual. You were, I'm just like, I watched it right before our interview and I was like, I remember it so well because it's literally part of
It's like
pop
shocking.
culture. You're like, you're literally like having sex on stage.
What about when I licked the tool?
What
I
aren't
was
you
like, what
licking?
was I doing?
What aren't you licking
I
in the lip sync
that was not
battle?
planned. That was part of my like, I gotta go for it to
But I
try
was
and be
like, she
Beyonce.
is so into it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was actually really fun.
And you won
I didn't
against
win.
Beyonce almost.
We tied.
Oh,
Technically, we tied. However, the world afterwards was like, you won. So in my head, I was like,
'cause
hey.
it was so good. And the fake abs, I mean, the whole thing. And you were
Yes, the
ripped and
spray of the abs. Yeah, I had to, I
so
forgot
good.
about all that. That's so funny.
Do you have any other dream projects that are fun like that that you would want to do?
I do want to do a musical.
You know, I was thinking, How weren't you in Chicago? Like, I
I
need to
almost it's so
know.
funny, I almost just did it. I went to a couple singing lessons. I had the offer to do it. I really wanted to do it, but I think I chickened out because they also give it to you in 6 weeks. You would go do a run. I was like, whoa, I've never sang a day in my life, so I need a
But
little
you
more
can
time.
sing somehow?
I don't. I I think I can carry a tune,
Yeah.
and I think with
Wait,
maybe
were you supposed to
some
be Roxy or the other
yes,
one?
Roxy.
Legit
The
Roxy.
other one actually I love, but I don't think I could sing all that jazz. That's hard to sing.
You mean Velma?
Velma.
Yeah, I feel like you could give Velma.
Like I'm more Velma energy,
I'm
but I
feeling Velma
can't
from
sing all
you.
that jazz. That's hard. That's like a
Mm.
belting. Roxy felt maybe in the realm of doable. We'll see. I did make it a part of my bucket list. I said
You
at
did?
some point you're gonna get your butt on stage and sing and get over your fear.
Well, also Steve is like very Broadway.
He's got the most incredible voice in the entire world, but
Oh,
I was too nervous. It took me like 3 weeks to sing in front of him, and I
yeah.
made him turn around and be like, "Just don't say anything. I'm gonna sing this song, but if I look at you, I'm gonna be too nervous." And he's like, "You could do this."
You have to do it. I can't wait till you do it, and we'll be like, "Remember the when we said that you should do
I
it?"
know, I
Also, I
know.
know that you've been on Watch What Happens Live, and you're going after we finish recording.
Yes.
Do you watch Bravo?
Not really. That's the funny I don't know why they keep asking me back because every time I go back, I'm like, "I'm sorry, I haven't seen." I learn and then I binge watch. So I binge watched last night
What?
the Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, because you're with
I'm
Schwartz.
with Tom
Oh, you know
Schwartz.
what's so funny? I had him on my show yesterday.
You did?
And I was like, "Who's gonna be with you on Watch What Happens Live?" And he was like, "Jenna Dewan." I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh,
And
funny.
then his dream was to be an actor on a what do they call it? Provisional show? What
What's
do
a
they
pro
call
oh,
that?
oh, oh, procedural.
Yeah, that's a new
Yes.
word for me.
Yes.
Procedural
That's
show.
like
That's your
medical.
show.
Yeah, we're a procedural. That's so funny.
Yeah,
That's
he
his
was like,
dream.
"My dream was to be on a procedural
How
show." And I was
cute.
like, "So you're meeting the right person tomorrow."
Do we need to get Tom Schwartz on The Rookie?
I mean, I feel like wasn't he like, "I'm super into acting again"? Wait, so you binged Vanderpump
I
Rules?
did last night in my
How many
hotel room.
episodes?
4.
Of what
So I
season?
had to go back and watch the Scandival, because
Yes.
I knew about it, but I hadn't seen it, which was insane.
Yes.
Then I watched the 3 of this season.
So you watched all of last season
Not all, the last, like, 2 episodes. So, like, the scandal
so that you know
where
what
she
to
was yelling at him and,
Oh.
the
I don't
sleeping
care
with the
about
best friend.
fucking Raquel, that
Yes, yeah, when she was like I figured out, I was like, "Oh, this is why this is really bad that they were best friends with her," and I got all the juice.
So you're prepared for today.
I think so.
Are you gonna keep watching Vanderpump?
You know what? I might. And
It's
to
good.
me, a lot of the reality shows make me anxious, which is weird. All the fighting and it kind of makes me like, ugh. But this
Yeah.
one was this was more fun.
Yeah.
I could get into it.
Right. Housewives is the more anxious
The
ones.
New York Housewives I loved
The new one.
because I binged that also for another Watch What Happens Live. And that one, it was the with Ramona.
Right.
Really loved me some
OGs.
Ramona.
The OGs.
But then I tried and I lose interest and
It's a lot to keep up with.
it's a lot to keep up with.
But
But
I
this
love that
one
you
was kinda
binge
fun.
before going because I feel it. Watch What Happens Live. They ask you
Oh, he
a ton of
always puts me on
entrants.
the spot.
Yeah.
Always, always. I always do the show and then leave going, "Should I have said that?"
No, but Vanderpump is a good one. Is a good one to be on.
Okay, good.
Jenna, you're a fucking dream. I'm so happy you came on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy we met.
I know, me too.
Now I can
Pregnancy
scroll.
twins.
We are pregnancy twins, couple weeks apart.
I know. Well, I hope you have an amazing rest of your
Thank
pregnancy.
you. You
keep
too.
on feeling well
You too.
and get that break from working.
I will. You don't get a break.
I don't. But you know what? I feel like you're gonna go crazy too, and you're gonna be like, "Oh,
I
wish
love
doing
working.
something."
I'm one of
Yeah,
those people that likes the balance. So
yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Anyway, everybody, go watch The Rookie. It's out. It's on ABC every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, babe.
Thank you. That was so fun.